Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm DontFightDucks, an official content creator for Phasmophobia, and this is everything you need to know about the new Chronicle update for the game. The update is dropping on Tuesday, June 24th, and it is bringing a new piece of equipment, the sound recorder. It's bringing new objectives, a brand new media system, and all kinds of other cool stuff. I'm going to walk you through the patch notes. I'm going to do some guides for the new equipment, the new media system, and at the end, I even have a preview of the upcoming Grafton Farmhouse Rework. That's not part of this update, but it should be the next update after this. There is a lot to cover today, so I have added chapters to this video to make it easier for you to navigate. But first of all, this is the new title screen for Phasmophobia, and I would like to draw your attention to this button down here, Twitch Drops. That's right, drops are coming to Phasmophobia, and once you get the update downloaded, all you have to do is click that button on the title screen, connect your Twitch account, and then watch any official Phasmophobia content creator, including myself, for 2 hours on Twitch, and you should get a cool new ID badge. But if you're interested in watching my channel to get that badge, I should be live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time or 9 p.m. Universal Time. You can find the link to my channel down in the description. But let's get into the patch notes. If you're not interested in patch notes, like I said, I have chapters. Feel free to skip them to get to the guide portion. So these are the early patch notes for the preview build that we've been given, and they are subject to change. There are a couple of temporary things in here, so if you do want to see like the full, accurate, up-to-date patch notes, I would recommend checking on Kinetic's website. But up here it says the core of the Chronicle update is our complete rework of how media is gathered and rewarded in Phasmophobia. A brand new piece of equipment has been added along with 2 new types of media, videos, and sound recording, as well as revamped challenges and progression systems. So the first page here covers changes to the photo system. It says, in addition to the above, the photo system has seen adjustments. Maximum photos a player can take in an investigation has been reduced from 10 to 5. New types of photos can be gathered, EMF reading on the EMF meter, and 3 ghost forms, physical, dots, and shadow. In addition to that, I have noticed you also can take a picture of the airball now, which is called mist form. These phototypes have been moved to video media and will no longer be able to be photographed, so that's light switches, door movements, thrown objects, and ghost interactions with various objects. So basically anything that moves, you're going to need to record with the video camera now. But it gives us a preview of the photo page here. We can see there's a dots ghost photo, there's a ultraviolet footprint. You can take a picture of the EMF reader when it gets a reading on it. There's the cursed possession and the bone. Next is the page for videos. It says the first new media type introduced in Chronicle is video recordings. Using the Tier 1 through Tier 3 video cameras, players can capture video during an investigation. A total of 5 videos can be captured in a single investigation. To capture video footage, players need to hold down the Use button while aiming the camera at the spot that they wish to record. A new icon will display on the video camera, encouraging the player to record. Below is a selection of recordable evidence during an investigation. Hunting ghosts, a ghost triggering a crucifix, ghost orbs, thrown objects, doors being moved, ghosts interacting with objects like rocking chairs, gas canisters, etc., a light source shattering, ghosts blowing out candles or fires, and even more to discover. I just realized my head is blocking some of this. Next we have the sound recorder page and the updated CCTV system. Says the second new evidence type is linked to Phasmophobia's newest piece of equipment, the sound recorder. Using this new piece of equipment, players will be able to capture up to 3 sounds per contract. These will be able to be played back from the sounds page in the journal. The sound recorder itself will be available from level 4 with its Tier 2 and Tier 3 iterations available at later levels. Players can find the sound recorder in the store once Chronicle has been downloaded. The sound recorder can capture the below sounds during an investigation, including paranormal sounds, hunting ghost, ghost events, spirit box responses, and there's a bunch of other things that we have found that you can record as well, such as candles being blown out, ghost writing, the Ouija board moving, EMF 5s, stuff like that. Then there is the brand new CCTV system, which is really cool. This isn't something that they talked about a lot before Chronicle dropped, and it is really cool to see and play with. But it says, alongside the introduction of video media, we've overhauled the CCTV system found within the truck during an investigation. CCTV overview is split into 3 sections. You got the CCTV cameras, video cameras, which are the ones that we bring in and put down, and the head-mounted cameras. Players can view up to 5 different live camera feeds, and video media can be captured from the desk. So this gives players who might prefer to hang out in the truck even more to do. They can switch between the different video feeds, and you can even see there's a record button right here. So if they see something on screen that they can record for video evidence, they can just click this button. Or when you click this button, it doesn't stop recording. So you could just set up a camera, go to the truck, click record, and just capture anything that happens in the room. And on this page, it talks about unique media, because gone is the old star system from the old photo system. And now this new media system prioritizes unique stuff. If you get a duplicate, say like you record your disturbed salt here, and then you record a second one, well, it's going to say duplicate, and it's going to be worth a lot less than the unique one, than the first one you captured. So always be trying to get new original things. Don't go for duplicates. Because in order to get a perfect investigation bonus now, you do need to fill your journal with all unique media evidence. Okay, now this page says, while the meat of Chronicle focuses on our reworked media system, this update brings with it a host of meaningful changes, bug fixes, and various other improvements. Read to find out what else is new for Phasmophobia. A new user interface improvements. It says the main menu has been reworked while retaining the same functionality. Players can now set their play style between casual, hardcore, and roleplay, and their hardware preferences. So you could say VR required or microphone required when creating a lobby room for multiplayer. Players can now filter by the above options and difficulties on the lobby browser. So finding matches that fit your playstyle should be a lot easier if you're doing public lobbies. There's a whole bunch of new sounds. It says check your trophy cabinets. I'm debating if I want to show that in this video or not, or if I want to leave it a surprise for you. Under changes down here, it says the crucifix now visually cools down after successfully preventing a hunt. So what that means is the crucifix isn't going to glow bright orange forever anymore. It just goes back to its regular look with like the bite taken out of it. And then finally, there's a whole list of fixes right here. I'm not going to read every single one of these, but you can pause and read it on screen if you want to. And here is a second page of even more fixes. The one thing that really excites me about this is they did fix an issue where bones could spawn in some inaccessible locations. But yeah, that's it for patch notes. Let's move on to actual game stuff now. So I said I was debating whether or not I wanted to show you the new trophy case. I think I'm going to show you a little teaser of it, but that's all I'm going to show you. I definitely recommend checking that out, though, once you get the update downloaded. But next, let's take a look at the sound recorder in the shop. This is the Tier 1 sound recorder right here. It's a little micro cassette player. It has a 3-meter range. It has a sound indicator right here that tells you how close you are to the sound. Once you upgrade to the Tier 2, it gets a 5-meter range on it. It has a display screen. You'll see the waveforms down here that get higher or lower depending on how far away you are from the sound. And then finally, we have the Tier 3. It also has a 5-meter range. It has a similar display screen. It has a distance indicator, which is really cool. And it also has a directional indicator, similar to the Tier 3 EMF meter. So it's going to make it a lot easier to track down the paranormal sounds as they happen. Because with the other two, you kind of got to run around watching the volume get higher or lower to figure out how close you are to it. And sometimes you miss them. But with the Tier 3, it's pretty foolproof to find them. But I've got a Tier 1 sound recorder in the truck. Let's head into Tanglewood, and I'll show you how all this new stuff works. All right, but the first thing you're going to see when you load in is the brand new CCTV system here. This lets you select between the default cameras of a location. If we were on a bigger map, there'd be more camera inputs here. Then we have the video cameras that you set down, and then the head cameras that people are wearing. But there's the record button down here. There's the night vision button. Sometimes you can pan if you have a higher level tripod, and on the default cameras you can even zoom in and out. I don't know what the exact purpose of that is, but you know, it's fun to play with. But here is our Tier 1 sound recorder. Basically you click the use button to turn it on, and then after that you hold the use button down to continuously record. You could just hold it down if you're like waiting for a specific sound to happen. Once a sound is in range, the little panel on the right there next to the cassette, like it'll light up. The closer you are to something, the higher the lights will go, and eventually, in order to get a successful recording, you want it to go above the 12 line there. That's when the lights turn green, and after a little bit, the tape will rewind to let you know that you picked up a sound. And then it'll show up over here on the sound panel of your media page. Then we have the video camera. I need to open the truck to actually get this to work. But it works similarly. You use the use button to switch between night vision and regular vision, but then you hold the use button down to start recording. Just like the sound recorder, you can continuously record, or if you do catch something, you can just run up to it and record it. I have noticed there is a little bit of a window of forgiveness. Like if you see a door move, even if it stopped moving, you can run up and hit the record button and it'll catch it. But I haven't quite figured out what the window of opportunity is for that. I know it used to be when taking pictures, you would have 20 seconds. That was the duration of the EMF reading, and that was the duration that you could take the picture. It does seem like the window for sound and video is a lot more narrow, so keep that in mind. And then finally, our last media gathering tool is the camera. Pretty much nothing has changed about the camera, except for, like I was saying earlier, the star system is gone, so you don't need to be, you know, it used to be in order to get a picture, you'd have to like take a very specific like distance and area of the thing. You don't need to do that anymore. As long as it's in frame, you got it. But that does mean ghost pictures are a lot easier to take now, because you can just take a picture of a ghost from halfway across the room and you don't need to worry about getting a 1-star ghost picture anymore. But since the sound recorder is the brand new thing, I'm going to start with that. Let's grab a thermometer and an EMF meter just to help us find the ghost. But yeah, the one tough thing about the Tier 1 sound recorder, in my experience from just testing it out, it does only have a 3-meter range on it, which makes it very difficult to capture sounds from ghost events and hunts and stuff like that. You're definitely going to want to upgrade to Tier 2 before you start catching that kind of audio. But let's see if we can find our ghost here. Because in addition to a lot of like interactions and even some of your equipment that you can record, there are now like ambient paranormal sounds. Sort of like how when you're walking around with the parabolic microphone, you could pick up paranormal sounds. The tape recorders can pick that up too. You'll notice when you're walking around sometimes, when it's on, sometimes the sound indicator will just start going wild and you can hear kind of like a weird scratchy sound. So if you start recording and try to get to where the sound is with like distance indicator, the volume indicator getting up into the green, then you will catch one of those paranormal EVPs. And there's also a couple of different kinds that you can get. I've seen paranormal groaning. Oh, bone on the bed. I see paranormal laughing. Oh, it looks like our ghost is probably in the nursery. Oh, is that a light switch? Oh, do I have my video camera? I don't! If I had my video camera, I could have recorded that light switch right there. Oh well. Maybe we'll get another light switch touch. So let me go grab the video camera and photo camera as well so we can switch between them all. Okay, we do have a signal on the EMF reader. I'm going to take a picture of that because you can take a picture of the EMF reader now. But I'm going to ditch my camera there and I'm going to switch to the sound recorder and the video camera. But I do see we have the music box. I'm wondering if we could record that. And we could definitely record the ghost event singing too. Yeah, now we're just waiting for the ghost to do something. But I think as time goes on, we're probably going to find easier, like, we're going to find ways to sort of facilitate these things that we need to record and take video of and stuff like that. Like if you, you know, if you put some salt down and wait for the ghost to walk through it, you can take a video of that. Oh, look at this. Here is one of those EVPs that I was talking about. Looks like it's over here somewhere. I don't know if I can get close enough. There we go. That was creepy. Why? Don't like that. Then when we get it, we can check in our journal here, and there we go. We have paranormal talking. You just click that back to listen to it. But yeah, whenever you do start to get like that kind of scratchy sound on the tape recorder, just kind of like try to run around until you get to a point where the sound goes up into the green and hold down your recording button. Oh, just got a door touch right there. And I think that's an EMF 5. Can we record this? Can we sound record this? I think we might actually be able to sound record an EMF 5. Did I get it? Yeah, EMF 5 reading. Okay, that is really cool. But also, that is a new EMF 5 sound. That's the first time I've heard that. But that's what I was talking about there. We heard the door get touched, and I just kind of like rushed over and held down the record button on it. So equipment that you can specifically take pictures of, you can take videos of orbs with the video camera. You can take both photo and video of Dot's ghost. You can take photo, video, and maybe audio. I haven't tried audio yet with the ghostwriting book. You can get audio recordings of the spirit box. You can take photos of your ultraviolet handprints, and I don't think you can do anything with freezing. You can take both photo, video, and audio of your crucifixes burning. You can take video of your salt being disturbed. You can take video and audio of your candles being blown out. So there's a lot about this update that I haven't tried yet. So eventually need to experiment with that. Well, let's get some stuff in there. Yeah, there are plenty of things to take videos and audio of. The one that, oh, hey, look, we got another EMF5. Let me try to take a picture of that. That's nothing. Okay. Well, that didn't count for anything, sadly. But let me get the book down. Let me put our dots projector on the wall. We'll have a dots ghost. Whoa, whoa, that is scary. Excuse me? Oh my god. That is horrifying. I guess there's new teddy bear interactions. We've got both a interaction, I guess that was the giggle, and we got object thrown. Holy moly. Are you here? Are you near? Are you... Oh, we do have a spirit box, so let's try this. Where's my sound recorder at? Are you here?
Far from their home.
Okay. So that is a spirit box response. Okay. So we have all... Ah! Ah! Oh, God. Oh, why is this so scary? You know what, buddy? I think I'm gonna put you outside. I don't need any more of that in my life. Let's just throw you in the garbage. Free to whoever wants it. Holy moly. That is one thing I've noticed about this update. With the new sound changes, the game is a lot scarier now. Like, we don't even have the Horror 2.0 update yet. Oh, there's a light switch that just got flicked. I think I do have all my video stuff. Oh no, we did get a duplicate door move. Never mind. Oh, we got freezing temperatures. We got EMF 5 and we have freezing temperatures down to a Jen, a Shade, and Oni are the twins. I don't think this is a Shade. Also, I just remembered we had Spirit Box, so we do have the twins. Interesting. And what are our new objectives? We have 3 unique videos with the video camera. We have 2 unique paranormal sounds with the sound recorder, and cleanse the area near the ghost using incense. Okay, so we are well on our way to a perfect. We just need 2 more video things, and we need 2 more pictures. Ooh, what can we get for pictures? With our evidence, not a whole lot. We could get a ghost picture with the music box. We could try to get a recording of the ghost event with the music box. Oh boy. So how are we gonna do this? I'm gonna grab a lighter, I'm gonna grab a couple of incense, and we're gonna figure out where I can hide first. Because that's priority number 1 is surviving, especially if I'm going to try to get 2 things off of this. Okay, we do have the plywood hiding down here. I could drop this stick of incense right here. I think I'm going to go with the photo camera for the event. And then I'm going to leave the video camera over here so I could pick it up and maybe record the ghost coming at me. So we have the hand for the music box, we have a hand for the camera, and then a hand for our incense. Let's go. Okay, it's Grandma. Let's try to record her hunting. Okay, we got that. Hit her with the incense and run downstairs. So, if you've watched a lot of my content before, you will know that I prefer to use the tier 1 incense. And that is because I usually play a lot of less than 3 evidence, where it's really important to observe the ghost hunt speed while it is hunting, and the tier 1 incense doesn't mess with the hunt speed. But considering that now we're going to be like taking videos and maybe even audio of the ghost during hunts, I think tier 2 and tier 3 incense is going to become a whole lot more powerful now. But now that we survived that, let me check and see what we got there. We have our hunting ghost. That's awesome. That's for $20 whole. Holy crap. That is something that I've noticed about this update, is that the more... Oh, did we get a door? No, wait. Shoot. That's not the video camera. Oh, what? I'm sorry, I got freezing temperatures? Can you take pictures of your... What? I guess you can. I got lucky there. I thought I screwed up a picture. Wow. Okay, so that means all we need is a video something. We've already got a door and an object being thrown. So I wonder what else we can record with the video camera. Maybe if we get a ghost event. But yeah, that is one tricky thing that I have found about this update is sometimes you get to a point where you need one more thing and it's like, what do I do? What do I use for that? I don't know. Because, like, we've already got a door touch and a throw. If we could get it to flip a light switch, or... What's our evidence? EMF, spirit box, and freezing. Yeah, I think we're going to have to hope for a ghost event if we want to get it perfect. Well, I'm just kind of sitting here in downtime waiting for the ghost to do something. I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between the video... Oh. Ghost event. Nice. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, we got a shadow ghost event for $10. But yeah, I haven't noticed a whole lot of difference between the tiers of video cameras, but I did notice that the tier 1 and 2, they do take some time for the little screen to flip out. So if you are like switching between your inventory, you do need to be aware of that if you're like trying to switch up real quick and record something. The tier 3 is definitely better for, you know, pulling out of your pocket. But I think another thought that I had earlier that I interrupted myself on is the new value system. It definitely seems like the more inherently paranormal something is, the more it's worth. So like stuff like a door moving or something being thrown, that stuff is easy to fake. You know, all you need is some fishing wire for that. But a hunting ghost or a shadow ghost form, it's like that's a lot harder to fake, so it is worth more money. But yeah, that is pretty much all of our objectives. That's all of our photos. They should all be unique here. It's all of our videos and all of our sound recordings. Let's see what we got for that spirit box again.
Found far from their home.
Far from home. Okay. Wow, that's the clearest I've ever heard a spirit box recording. Normally it's all garbled. Unfortunately, I did use a custom for this one, and I think I had some settings where we're not going to get any rewards. But we did otherwise do a perfect. Oh, I forgot to pick the bone up anyway. But anyway, now I want to show you the difference between tiers of the sound recorders, because there are a few differences. So we're going to set this to tier 2 of the sound recorder. Oh, hey, here's another new thing. There's a debriefing button. So you know how before, like, if you couldn't find the bone and you're like, oh man, where is the bone? Oh no, I clicked away from the results screen and now I'll never know. Now there's a debriefing button, so you can click it and it pulls up your results again. So boom, the bone was in the boy's bedroom. It's the little things about updates like this that I really love. Stuff that's not necessarily included in the patch notes, but stuff that like is just like really huge quality of life changes. But let's hop back into Tanglewood and I will show you how the tier 2 recorder works. Okay, so I love the tier 2 sound recorder because when you turn it on, there's a cute little ghost. But this one is roughly the same. So you see that there's the little -12 decibel line there. Basically, you want to get close enough to the sound that the sound goes above the -12 decibel line. But aside from that, it works the same. Just hold down the record button and wait to get a sound. Oh, we have another sound. Ooh. Creepy. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Whenever you start to hear a sound and see those waveforms start, you basically gotta run around, run to the point where the sound forms go above that -12 line. The closer you get to it, the higher the waveform will go. But what do we get there? We got paranormal talking. Men go mad with watching. Something go mad with what? Men go mad with watching. I think it said, make me go mad with watching you. Okay, well, I can see where I'm not wanted. Let's get out of here. All right, here's the tier 3. This is actually my first time using this one, but I assume it works similarly. I think this one is supposed to tell us what we're actually hearing and also point to the direction of where the sound is coming from. So with this one, you don't have to run around like a maniac to find it. All right, looks like our ghost is in the hallway, so I'm going to set up here and wait for some sounds to go off. Oh, we got something. This direction? Oh, okay. So it looks like whenever you're standing on the spot, it'll light up with that little dot in the circle of the directional indicator. But otherwise, it just has a little line pointing to it, kind of like the tier 3 EMF meter. So what did we actually get there? That is paranormal groaning. Yep, that's a groan. But yeah, otherwise, that's really handy. But that does conclude the tutorial / guide portion of the video around the new media system, the new sound recorders, recording stuff with video cameras, and slight changes to the photo system. And I think in this next part, I do want to talk a little bit about my impressions of the new update. And overall, I feel like this update is going to be really good for the health of the game going forward. It is going to make things more difficult up front. I'm not going to lie about that. When I started playing this update, I felt lost. I was very confused because like in the beginning, I was just really at a loss of like what we could even record. You know, I felt trapped sometimes trying to like fill out those sections in the journal. But as time goes on, you know, we are going to get more used to it. We're going to figure out more and more things that we can take pictures of. Like in this video, I discovered that I can apparently take pictures of, I don't know if it was my breath or the thermometer. It might have been the thermometer. I need to test that more. So do be careful before you go around telling people that you can take pictures of your breath because you saw it in a Don't Fight Ducks video. I'm not exactly sure what I captured a picture of there. But the way that I keep thinking about it is, I don't know how long you've been playing Phasmophobia for, but at some point, the ghost did not have line of sight speed up. It could not detect your electronics in your hand. So it was like the Diogen. As long as you had space to run, you could outrun the ghost forever during a hunt. And when they did add the line of sight speed up update, I personally hated it. I thought they ruined the game. And eventually I did come back to the game. I learned how to play with the new system. And now I can't even imagine going back to a time before that update because like the game is so much more fun now that the ghost is a little more dangerous during a hunt. So that's the one thing that I'm keeping in mind about this update. Like personally, I'm scared of change. Change scares me, just in all manners of life. But I am trying to keep an open mind about things, even when there is friction from not knowing every single thing about the update. Because it is kind of hard to go from somebody who knows, you know, most of the things about the game to like, oh no, I'm scared and confused and I don't know how anything works anymore. But I guess that's my request to everybody watching this. You know, if you feel some friction with the new system up front, just try to give it a chance. Keep in mind that it's not going to always be this difficult because with everything in Phasmophobia, the most difficult thing about this game is knowledge-based. You know, once you learn things, the game gets considerably easier. And we're basically going to have to figure all this stuff out together. But anyway, I am rambling. At the beginning of this video, I promised you a preview of the upcoming Grafton rework. Kinetic has been kind enough to distribute screenshots of it out to the official content creators. All right, here's the first picture, a completely smashed in half, looks like a dining room table. And in the window back here, we can actually see some corn through there. And we got like a spooky fireplace over here with like the kind of grates that we've seen in Bleasdale. But I'm not exactly sure where this is. My first thought was like, it's the dining room, but the dining room doesn't, like the wall orientation feels wrong. So I have no idea where this is in the house. Our next picture is one of the upstairs rooms. This might actually be the attic. One of the developer previews said that they were adding an attic. We can see, well, it looks to be some kind of like trunk over here. We got like an old nasty rug, big old hole in the wall. And if we zoom in, we can see, you know, a little bit more of that cornfield back there. But it looks like it just kind of completely stretches off into the distance. And I think one of the even older previews of this map said that there was going to be like one room where we could only get to it through like a hole in the wall somewhere upstairs. I don't think this is that hole, but this farmhouse is pretty big disrepair. Next, we have the kitchen. Okay, I think I know where this is now. So like, I think here, like right here would be like where the old refrigerator would be. Because if the kitchen island orientation is the same, yeah, and that means the workshop is probably back this way. Oh, you know what, though? If we go back to this... Yeah, okay. I think the window confused me. So if this wall right here is the same as this wall right here, then... And that means... I think this would be the front wall of the house. So I think this is the current dining room. It's just that they put a fireplace in front, and they put a window back there. There might be a window back there now. I don't know. I don't pay a lot of attention. Oh, interestingly, though, look at this. There's a hole in the ceiling, and we can see sky. So I guess there's not anything up there above the kitchen anymore. Next, we have what looks to be maybe the old living room. It does appear to be ground floor because we can see more corn over here. There's the old piano that's currently in the living room. But yeah, this looks nasty. There's even like leaves that have like blown into the window. Oh god, look at how nasty those curtains are. Like, I love how absolutely filthy this house is. And then here's the big one. Here's the big reveal. You know in the developer preview how they were like, what's in the other half of this room? Well, this is the old twins' bedroom. The stairs going up are like over on this side. There's, I think, a little closet that we could see in the developer preview, but the twins' bedroom has been converted into a seamstress's room, and there are new mannequins in there. From the concept art, way back a couple of years ago, it showed mannequins that looked like the one that's in the master bedroom of Bleasdale. So I was shocked when we got these screenshots, and it shows mannequins with legs. That terrifies me. Because what is the ghost going to be able to do with these mannequins? Like, this could very well be the scariest map that Phasmophobia has ever released, just because of these right here. And also, hey, look at that. They got some booty cheeks right there. But I've also heard, I heard one of the developers was in somebody's stream chat back around the time of Bleasdale and mentioned that once Grafton drops, then the ghost will also be able to do something with the mannequin in Bleasdale, which definitely implies that the ghost is going to be able to do stuff with these right here. But that concludes the Grafton preview portion of the video. All right, we're almost done here, but I'd like to leave you two more things. First, the new weekly challenge is called On Record. This is brand new to the Chronicle update. It says, try out the new media overhaul in this new challenge. Can you get a perfect game? And I'm not sure if we actually have to get a perfect to get progress, because it does say correctly find the ghost type in Grafton Farmhouse. I'm going to find out, because I'm going to be doing this challenge on stream later today, the day that I upload this video. But if you miss it, it'll be up on my YouTube channel the day after that. But another big thing for the weekly challenges is that they have this magnifying glass right here that if you click it, it actually tells you the settings of the weekly challenge. This is huge because no longer do you have to pull up the wiki to even see what the heck's going on with the challenge. And the other thing that I want to show you is the new multiplayer lobbies. If you click create a room, you know, there's the old stuff, there's private, there's how many players, you can set preferred language, but this is the new stuff over here. You can check microphone required, or if you only want to play in VR, you can check that. You can check your game types over here between casual, hardcore, and roleplay. Do people roleplay in Phasmophobia? Is that a thing? If you're a Phasmophobia role player, let me know in the comments, because that fascinates me. But I think this has been a long time coming. This is going to make it a lot easier to find palatable games in the server browser. But also, don't forget, Twitch drops start on June 24th, and they run until July 7th. I think they messed the date up here. And all you have to do is tune into any official Phasmophobia content creator and watch for 2 hours. So if you want to get your cool eyeball badge, come check my stream out. Hang out for a little while. But with that, I think we're done here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Kinetic Games for sending me an early preview build of Chronicle. And if you're new to the channel and you want to learn some more stuff about Phasmophobia, consider dropping a sub, because that's a lot of what I do here. I'd say like 90% of what I do here. Maybe even 95%. All right, I'll catch you around later.